Hey, it's Chris. 3 secret things that board game content creators are not telling you. Plus, why I'm not going to have a best of 2022 list out before the end of the year. Let's do this. Number 1, there is a secret board game content creator NDA. This thing says that we must normally have our games of the year decided before the final month of the year in order to have it out well before the end of the year, right? You can see here, I haven't signed mine yet, so I better go ahead and do that right now. Unfortunately, the only way I have to sign it at this point is with a very sharp looking butter knife, right? Okay, here we go. There is my signature on here on the totally official secret board game NDA for all content creators. Now, number 2, it's not disclosed on this form at all, so I can explicitly tell you that publishers are already paying me oodles and oodles and moodles and moodles of dollars. I am already playing 2023 releases that aren't going to be released until the end of 2023 and 2024. So you can rest assured that I am going to have so much of that already ahead of the curve, because that's why they pay us all of the big top dollars. Third point that we're not supposed to tell you. We all actually, behind the scenes, talk to each other and tell each other how we're going to rate games and how we should rate games to make it appear that we all have different tastes and opinions on things. The truth is, we're all exactly the same. We coordinate everything. It's all a mass market conspiracy, crowdfunding, and retail. Okay, that aside for a second, why do I have a big pile of games sitting in front of me, and what am I pledging to do between the now and the end of the year, and why is that relevant, and where is that going from the beginning of the teaser of the video? Well, my pledge, then the reason I'm not going to have a best of 2022 game list out before the end of the month is because I have a bunch of games from 2022 I still need to play. And so right now, as of 2 days prior to me filming this, I am doing a play one new game from 2022 every single freaking day between now and the end of the month. And so that's going to be a whole bunch of new games. And that's going to give me a whole bunch of new insights and a whole bunch of things that not only I haven't played yet, but potentially aren't on any other lists because other people didn't have them played by now. And I always find, as a side tangent, nothing against people who put out those videos. I mean, there's some great absolute videos talking about some of the best games of the year, but it's sort of weird when these videos come out, truth be told, well before the end of the month. It's kind of, to me, as the non-content creator side of things, like December is just totally written off that you can't play any new games, right? Like, I don't know, like, and there are still games on this table that are going to potentially, spoilers, be in my top 10 list. Now, this is obviously some bias and this is obviously a lot of stuff, but that's my goal, to give you as big of breadth as I can, because I also don't play as many other board games as other channels. So that's probably really the reason, right? Not throwing shade at anybody, but that's really the reason, is they just play a ton more and they play it earlier as well. So I'm sure there's a big element of that. But let me show you a little bit of the things that are going to hit my table between now and the end of the month, so you can know what is going to potentially be on the channel a little bit more in detail. Spoilers, if you will. So what do we have in front of us? What do you need to know about? Well, Bullet Star. This is, I love Bullet. So you know that there's going to be some coming out with that. I bought at retail, again, I don't do a lot of retail. This was the promo that was over the Black Friday. The Beethoven, you're a cat. You're a cat. How can you not love that, right? Marble Dice Throne. Spoilers, I've been playing this already with the 8-year-old. He freaking is obsessed with this game. And he's already asked me if we can get the other 4 characters. So this may be making an appearance on the list yet or not. I'm not quite sure if it's going to fall in the top 10 or not. It's going to be a very close one from that side of things, because he really is enamored with Thor. Me, I'm more of a Scarlet Witch person. If you know the channel, I am a big fan of chaos. Right? The other one, I got it played. Wonderland's War. This insert is great for the tokens. The regular insert in the board game is trash. Take that for what you will. I mean, it's going to be a little bit interesting to see where that one falls. It's definitely on a lot of lists already, but is it going to make my list or not? That's going to be the big question. And I'm a bit split right now. So that one's going to be interesting. The other one, Keep the Heroes Out, cooperative game, reverse tower defense-ish, where you're the bad guys and you're keeping out the good guys. Scenario driven, cooperative, I'll tell you right now, this is also going to be a dark horse on the list. I think this has a real good chance of making the list as well. And if you're not familiar with this, and you like cooperative, definitely check that out. Behind me, I didn't even talk about those because I've already played those. Carcassonne, Miss over Carcassonne. If you missed my review, all 200 of you that watched my review, this is going to be on the list, folks. This one, Splendor Duel, also 300 of you that watched the review, this has a very good chance of being on the list as well. Those are freaking amazing games that are flying under the radar. I'll say that about Splendor Duel. If this was by another name, if this didn't have Splendor in the title, I guarantee you half of you watching this probably would have already seriously either picked it up or considered picking it up. It's that freaking good. We also have things like Ragnaroks from Grey Fox Games. I haven't played this one yet. I'm not sure where this is going to fall. This is the Santorini killer, if you will, for me. The Santorini replacement, to see if my wife and I will like this more, because she is not a big fan of Santorini. I got the Kickstarter edition, so I have the exclusive expansion to go along with it. I'm not a huge fan of the extra plastic, but we'll see if it kind of holds up and whether or not it actually can have a chance of cracking the list, because I am a big abstract fan. That being said, I also picked this one up at retail. I mentioned this a couple weeks ago. Heat, Pedal to the Metal. This one is also on the hotness. It's on people's lists, but I don't know how widely available it is because I don't see it on a lot of these lists. And again, a couple of these games, apart from like Wonderland's War, Fall of the Mountain King as well, I talked about that one in terms of hitting the table soon in addition. This is again, not on a lot of people's lists. So I'm just always confused by other people's lists. Like, was it just not played? Did people not get it? It's not been widely available because the crowdfunding, campaign ended and it's not available widely. I don't think like super wide at retail, but available at retail. And then you have things like over here, That Time You Killed Me, although I'm not sure that's this year release. Nightfall up here. Oh, the other one that is going to be heavily hitting the table as well this week, in case you're wondering, Endless Winter. So we're going to see if I can get enough in of this to get some impressions to make it on the list or not. Like, some of these are going to be very easy to tell. Yes, no, maybe so. Others like this, I'm not sure, because the depth of replayability and the modularity of it, how do you judge that, as well as how do you do the expansions or not from that aspect of things? I mean, you have other out of picture here, right over here, you have my prototype version of War of the Ring. Like, I'm still waiting for my retail version from Ares, but that is also gonna probably be on the list. So it's gonna be more of what is not gonna make the list. I have an upcoming review as well coming for King of Monster Island, which I talked about previously as well. This is like a pandemic King of Tokyo, and it's leaving me a bit confuddled in terms of how well I like it. Do I like it? Absolutely. But is it going to make the list? You just made the list! If you know where that's from, you can let me know down in the comment section below, and I will give you bonus points. That's the sort of thing I'm going for. Also, the previously mentioned, let me grab this real quick out of camera shot. I'm going to leave that part in just because I can. Soccer Arms. The wall scroll for Soccer Arms. I have Soccer Arms on this potentially. You know me, and I love two-player duelers. This is going to be a very, very tough list, especially if I can get a bunch of these games played. Like, I may have to do two. I may have to do a top 20 and make it 20 through 11 and 10 through 1, because I am having a lot of games that I really like. I have an abstract game as well that was picked up from the previously IRO. That creator sent me their latest abstract game as well. Like, and I love me, again, some abstracts. And so how is that going to compare? We've got Village Rails, which I thought was awesome as well for a card-driven 2-player, 3-player, 4-player game that just works at a low price point. I mean, there is just stuff all over the place. Oh, not to mention, I still haven't gotten this out yet in terms of review. Does this count? Can you put just sole expansions, especially when they're this size, on a video or top 10 list? I don't know if people do that, or do they just do regular games? I don't know. But it's interesting because also sitting on my counter out in the other room is Dune Immortality, right? So I'm not going to get that one played. That won't make the list, guys. I just can't play too many of these. But that's the sort of thing that we're talking about. Oh, Die Wonderland Terme. Oh, yeah, that's going to be on the list. What's not going to be on the list? Planet Unknown is sitting right there. That's going to get played this week. What do you want to see in terms of videos of these games? Let me know what you think. I already did Aeon Trespass Odyssey. Boom, did that. I'm probably not going to have enough time for Frosthaven or Oathsworn, but all these other things that you're seeing around me that have a chance to really make the list, Puzzle Strike 2. I mean, this is the Boom, baby. And we're going to see where it goes. And if it's not clear, I'm freaking excited because I am off for the majority of the next time over the holidays. Not every day. That's where it's really going to be a test. I'm not off every day. I'm working all around New Year's. So can I keep the streak? I'll let you know in the comment section down below. I'll let you know on the main YouTube page. Is there anything else you want to see me play? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. How do you feel about these things? That's all I got. Stay classy. I love you guys. I won't hit 7K by the end of the year, but if you're tuning in still at this point, if you like big games in a game that I have really heavily reviewed and thought well of earlier in the year as well, just know that in the next week and a half or so, there's going to be a big giveaway. Spoilers. I'm not telling you what it is yet, though. You're going to have to tune in to find out. Boom! Teaser and all in one. This was an amazing video. I hope there's more than 200 of you watching it. I had fun making it, so there you go. That's where things are at. Stay classy. Have a great day. I totally didn't get ketchup everywhere when I did that, by the way. Totally didn't. Don't. Right. Totally doesn't really reek of ketchup now in here. Oh, gosh darn it. I mean, because there's nothing that smells better than a game room full of ketchup, right?